Hey guys, it's Jen and I'm back with another 12 by 12 layout. This time I'm using two pictures, and these are pictures that I took when my husband and I were babysitting our friend's dog, Maddie, while they went to the beach. And right now we don't have a dog. We haven't had one for 3 years. Our miniature schnauzer got sick and we had to put her down, and so we've been puppyless for 3 years. We do have a breeder that we are dealing with right now that we're hoping to be able to get a puppy soon. I need to have another miniature schnauzer. It's the only type of dog that really works for us. They don't have dander, so they're really hypoallergenic, and they don't shed, and they're nice and compact, but yet sturdy. So they could be a lap dog for me, and they can run around and play really hard with my husband. So that's what we're doing. But we took the opportunity to babysit Maddie, who is a golden doodle, and she is just a sweetheart. She loves to go for car rides, and so we took her everywhere with us. She wasn't left alone for a minute when we had her. We had her for an entire week, so it was really nice. So here I'm just layering my papers and trying to make sure that they're straight, which is usually not a problem, but for some reason today was not my day, so I was using my ruler. And I just cut these little pieces because I didn't want to waste a whole strip because it's just going to be tucked in. So this will look like it runs the whole length of that. And that's why I wanted to make sure that they were exactly the same spot so it looks, like one strip of paper. And I used some spray there on the right hand side. It's mustard color, Heidi Swap Color Shine, I believe. So here I'm using my acid-free adhesive tape on the back of these photos. Like I said in a previous video, I use the general purpose ATG tape because it's cheaper. And then I just use this acid-free tape on a roll for anything that touches the pictures. So I know I want to put these right on top of each other, so I want to make sure that they're straight. And I get the pictures adhered, and then I think I go to work on the title. And there's a little bit of my head in the picture. Not having a good hair day, apparently. I didn't really do my hair today. There I'm using a little block of paper. I thought I was going to do some journaling, but I end up not using that. It ends up getting pulled off of there, but going through the die cuts and the sticker sheets to see what I could find, and I think I'm going to use the die cut that says "You Make Me Smile" for my title, because I got that cheesy smile on my face. That was us in the car together posing with one another. I took so many pictures of us and sent them to our friend while they were on vacation so that she was well assured that her doggie was being taken good care of and having a good time. And what's funny is that whenever we went to drop her off when they came home, we were all sort of outside and they were like unpacking their van, and my husband and I went to go get in our car to leave, and she tried to get in our car with us to go home. Oh, it was funny. So yeah, they were like, "No, you have to stay here with us." It was hilarious, but anyway. So here I'm just fussy cutting out some butterflies from one of the papers in the collection, because I want to put a few butterflies going up the right-hand side there. And that metal butterfly I've had forever. It came in a pack of 2. So I end up using that, but not up in the left-hand corner. I move it over to the right then. Getting another one of these cut out. I guess I could have taken this part out of the video, but I sort of do the quick and easy editing. Sorry about that. I'm going to get these all inked up with the gray Memento ink so everything is cohesive with the other papers on the layout. And then I glue down the center parts of those butterflies, and then I pop up the wings with some 3D squares, dimensional squares. And I end up popping up the title as well. So I just go through and put them on various spots. I cut that part out because that was boring, pulling off all the backing. And here I'm just bending these so that their little bodies are flat but their wings stick up. And then putting the adhesive squares on the wings, and then I just use the Alien's tacky glue on their bodies to hold down the centers. I do that with all of the butterflies except the metal one, obviously. Can't bend that one. I hold it there for a good few seconds just because I want to make sure that the center is good and adhered, because if it isn't, as soon as I put the dimensional wings down, the center tends to pop up because the wings are pulling on it. So that's what I'm doing. I needed to get a new pack of dimensional squares out, so I have a drawer that I keep all my dimensional squares and tape and stuff in, and these were just cheap ones I'd gotten at Target in the dollar bin a couple years ago. Still going through these. I like them because they're not super thick, so they're perfect for things like this, just to add a tiny bit of dimension, but not so much that it makes your album like super duper thick. And they work just fine. Like I said, I've had them for years, so same thing here, getting the body adhered down and then popping up the wings. I'm starting to get really sleepy. It is 10 to 11 on Saturday night. My husband isn't home yet. He went to the races, so that's not my scene. So I just said, I'll stay home and scrapbook and read. I'll be fine. So here I'm going to use some glue dots to get that metal butterfly adhered down. That was the easiest way I could think to get it adhered. And then there was like sticky stuff on the back that it was they used to put it on the packaging, so I had to get that out of the way because you could see it from behind, like the body of the butterfly. It was yucky, so I have to get that pulled out of the way so that I can adhere it down. I think about putting it up there, and that's when I'm like, nah, no, I think I'm going to go with it down here. Yep, right there. And then I think, okay, well, I'm going to need another butterfly, so I grab that piece of paper and cut out another one. You see it there in the bottom. So here I'm moving on, putting some wood veneers down, and there I'm using my quick dry adhesive. And I put an arrow, a heart, and a little camera. So I'm using those in 3. And the little hearts that are right above the title, those are there because whenever I pulled up that journaling block, the paper ripped a little bit. And I glued it back down, but then it was darker in that spot, so that's why I stuck the heart right on top of it, so you can't even see. And then the other pieces, or areas where it would sort of pulled up the fibers of the paper a little bit, I just used a white eraser, and that came right up, so you can't even tell. But I thought the heart looked strange there by itself, so I added a wood veneer heart next to it, and then of course I had to add wood veneers to the other clusters to balance them out, so... Now I'm not sure what I'm doing. I must be looking to see if there's anything else I can use, because I feel like the left-hand side there of the pictures is sort of blank. So I had some of this green vellum, sort of has like a gold cast to it. So I'm just punching out a border here, and I'm going to use that on the left-hand side of the pictures to sort of add a little something there, and it helps to put some green on that side of the layout as well. So it worked out pretty good. Get it trimmed out here, and then I end up making it thinner. And I think I cut out the part where I'm trying to like jam it underneath everything because it got a little crazy. Because then I have to pull up the heart, and because it doesn't look right without it going the whole way down to that sticker in the left-hand corner. So yeah, I pull up the heart, and then luckily the wood veneer isn't adhered the whole way, so I'm able to get it down there. So then I have to take it out to trim it, then I have a heck of a time getting it back in there. So that's what you get for not planning ahead, I guess. And then I do ink this as well, which, you know, it's kind of hard to do, but I did it anyway. Because everything else was inked and I felt like it needed to be, or else it looked kind of weird, so I put the adhesive the whole way to the edge, and then there I did cut that part out where you don't see me struggling with it. So I ended up having to put a little yellow arrow at the top of it because it had like an odd area where there wasn't anything. So now I'm cutting out another butterfly, and I'm going to put that right on top of that circle because it looks kind of weird. There's like an arrow, a circle, and then that green banner. So I'm going to layer a butterfly on top of that, and for some reason this one, and I'm using the quick dry adhesive, the body doesn't want to sit flat. It wants to like move all over the place, so I end up using a brad to put through the body of that butterfly, and it helps because it adds a little pop of blue, which I'm covering up what I'd put up there originally, which was the circle, to add some blue. So that worked out great. Putting my heart back down. And I was going to try to use the stapler, but it doesn't fit in there. And instead of, lifting everything up so I could staple it, that's when I go for the brads. And there's one in here that's just the perfect color. So I just use my pokey tool and poke a big hole through the center of that butterfly. And there's a lot of layers there, so I have to push pretty hard. And I'm like praying I don't accidentally stick it through my hand. But no blood was shed in the making of this video, so that was good. There we go. We've got the brad there. And then I decide I'm going to add a little bit of splatters at all three of the clusters just to add another layer of interest. I know I do. It just takes me a minute. Starting to do cleanup, but then because I'm still thinking like there's still something I need to do. So, and that journaling block had adhesive on the back of it, so I couldn't just throw it in with everything else or it would stick. So I put some of that vellum on the back of it so that it would not stick to anything. It was just easy fix there. I should have cut this part out. This isn't very exciting at all. Watching me try to get this stuff put back in that stupid clear cellophane bag. That's like the worst part of scrapbooking for me, is like stuff like this, trying to get it like in the bag, and or like thickers back in those stupid containers, the plastic thing and the adhesive on it. Ugh. I wish there was somebody just standing by to do that for me, because it just puts me in a bad mood. So here I'm going to do the splatters. And that one came out like really big, and I was like, oh boy. So I had to add some big ones over on the right to help balance that out too, but there you go. And then when I dry it, it sort of warps the paper, but it'll flatten out. So here's some close-ups of it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me how you've been. And I look forward to watching your videos soon. So thanks again. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.